high carb day, all day today. I'll show you guys exactly what I get into for the high carb day. What's up, guys? I am recording again, so I'm the videographer, but content is content, and here we are getting the content done. So post-workout, I am doing Iso Surge in chocolate peanut butter, and I am going to today add in EAAs. Normally I'll have this like before I work out. I was a little bit of a rush today because I was sleeping so well. I slept a little later than anticipated. And I'm gonna do my scoop of glutamine. So I will mix all that in, and then once I drink that down, I'm gonna have my creatine bites right after. So, and my extra credit will be like some components of lifting and then abs with cardio. So I think that the creatine will still be, you know, well used for more work. Just gonna do kind of like the other subs first, the hydrating and glutamine, so EAAs. And the EAAs are guava passion fruit for today. Actually, that is that and pineapple, still like pineapple. And the tropical fruit, anything tropical, like, I'm noticing my patterns. Those tend to be my favorites. Glutamine, I likely will do, when I do my BCAAs, do another scoop of glutamine and likely include my multivitamin with that. So, bringing on the Iso Surge. I feel like you guys are so far away from me. Come close. All right. Gonna grab the water. But before I do that, I'm gonna shake just a little bit, try to mix the contents up a little bit. Just a dry shake. All right, and then I'm going to walk you guys through what I'm going to be preparing for meal 1 and 2. I'm going to give this shake probably about 30 minutes to get down before I jump right into meal 1. So I did train fasted today. I don't train fasted throughout the entire prep, but during the first couple weeks or few weeks of prep, I will train somewhat fasted or fasted. So again, I get to a certain point where I have to eat before I train, but you know, we're getting there. Okay. I don't like overloading it with water because I like to kind of put a little water, shake, check consistency. Then if I need to, add a little more water, shake, and then check consistency. Because I like it kind of like not too thick, but not too loose or runny. So after I get this, I will show you guys how I prepare my oatmeal. I am allowed to have egg whites. Now we bumped up to 2 whole eggs. And then I get to have some mixed fruit. And then all day for every carb after that is rice. So, and Coach just bumped my food up again. So I am going to be having just over, well, close to 7 ounces of rice for each and every meal for meal 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's a good day. Meal 1. I'm gonna have oatmeal, and then I am going to do egg whites and eggs. All right, so I'm gonna get this scrambled up or at least heat the pan up while the water's cooking. And then once the water's done in the mic, and when I'm like really like trying to lean into my cooking hat, I will like cook up just one, because I eat oats every day. That's a staple. But I will usually cook a bigger pot and then portion it out. I know some people, it depends on how I feel. Like if I got a lot of stuff going on, I'm a big pot it, portion it out, and be done. If I'm like, oh, you know what, I really want fresh oats every morning because I want to be particular, I'll do that. But today, I'll just make it fresh. And I mean, we're just into, my 2nd week. So, get into it. Rice, jasmine rice to be exact. So once that water is done, I'm gonna get into the jasmine rice, and each packet of rice here is 10 ounces. I'm eating less than that, but remember, I've got another 4 meals to stretch this across. So we got 1, 2, and then I've got 1 more in the freezer. So, and I'm eating usually once every 2 to 2.5 hours. So this seems to be my sweet spot, because for the activity that I'm doing and I'm ramping up, yeah, by the time I reach that 2-hour mark, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And I've got some sweet potatoes in the oven for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be back on sweet potatoes. I am going to do some salmon from Sprouts. Right now I can still have like seasonings and, marinades, and not that seasonings ever go away, but like we do dial back the marinades because they do typically have oil in them. But for right now, Coach is okay with me having it at 9 weeks out, actually 9 weeks from today. But eventually, yes, I will start. And I've been doing it like this week. I did some regular salmon fillets that I seasoned myself, but today I want to splurge a little bit. I'm going to have some black garlic marinated salmon from Sprouts. So this is, it's very yummy. It's a treat. So again, while I get to have it, I'm going to enjoy it. And this will be my next meal. The only thing that will change is that there will be barramundi or tilapia in place of this, and maybe chicken. I haven't decided yet, but I do have some chicken for the rest of the meal. So one like heavy, fatty protein meal. So 1 beef meal and or salmon meal per day. And then the rest is either chicken or fish, or I can have turkey. But right now I'm really riding my lane with chicken and fish. So that's it. All right, so now the water's ready. It is hot. I don't know why I like having my oatmeal, ooh, you see the steam, out of my Mickey cup, but it is like my jam. I got this cup for Christmas, and I don't know, I'm attached to it. Y'all know me, y'all know I like Mickey Mouse. So, I am going to get the oats into the cup. And again, no particular reason why I like my oats, in a cup versus a bowl. I just do it the way I like to do it. But I like my cup, and then I can kind of walk around and hold the cup and still move and do stuff. So what I'll do then after that is I will stir the oats, get my spoon, my little golden spoon. And I just stir the oats, and I kind of let them sit and swell. I'll go off and do other stuff like make these egg whites in the meantime, and then by the time I get back to it, a little unconventional, but again, it works for me. Sometimes I just find that that's just the way I like it. All right, so I'm gonna let that go. Now that the microwave's free, I'm gonna get my next meal ready. I actually have some, I'm gonna cook this, but I have some barramundi already cooked. So I will cook the rice first, portion that out, then make sure that the barramundi is ready to go with that. And then I'm gonna do spinach with a little bit of a mix of arugula. So I like arugula for like the bitters. And then for my spinach mix, I'll show you guys what I do for my salad dressing. I have spinach. I still will have the arugula later. Right now I'm just trying to focus on getting back to the gym. But then I have barramundi that I broiled in the oven, and then I've got jasmine rice. For salad dressing, I use this. So I have a bit of an issue with like fish oil pills, getting them down, and then like that burpy aftertaste, not my jam. But I do like this. Carlson's fish oil, and it comes in lemon, and then they have an orange flavor, which, and no burpy aftertaste issues. So I mean, with 1,600 milligrams of omega-3s, and it tastes good. I subscribe to this. So I use this for salad dressing, combined with balsamic from Sprouts. So when I'm not able to get my hands on this in Michigan, I usually, strategically now when I travel, like either to places like Florida or while I'm in prep for Arizona, I will ship it back home. I get a nice big box of, I call it my Sprouts Christmas package to myself. So I get a lot of my favorite things from Sprouts. I also like their dark chocolate covered rice cakes. That's usually like my post-show treat. So you guys stick around, you'll see that. But yeah, those are my, I just like the taste of this particular balsamic vinegar. So if you guys are like, well, balsamics all the same. No, there are some that are just better. So I prefer the organic version, but they didn't have it. So I went ahead and got this regular version of their balsamic vinegar. But I just like the way it tastes. So there you have it. This is my second meal. My next meal will look exactly like this meal. I may swap out the barramundi for tilapia. I have some ready. However, the meal after that will be my salmon meal. So that will actually be my post-training meal, post-bonus training meal / post-cardio. But yeah, this is it, guys. It's very simple. I mean, bodybuilding is what it is. You just got to get it down. All right, I will be at the gym for my next meal, which will be post-lift / post-cardio. We've got snap peas, we got jasmine rice, and salmon. So I tend to have the salmon with most of the skin on. It's a texture thing, I think. But this is my fatty protein meal of the day. But again, the carbs are mostly comprised of rice. So with the exception of that one oatmeal serving, this is where we are for now. I actually check in with Coach on a Monday of this upcoming week, and the diet may very well change. We take it week by week, and we base it upon how I look. So this is gonna be fun, because last time I did check in with Coach, he's like, yep, right on track. So so much so that I got a refeed meal. Oh man, I was just like, whoa. But yeah, happy about it. So, no complaints. I enjoy the process. So bon appetit. See you for the next meal. All right, so we are now done with 30 minutes of cardio and my extra credit little work. I also was able to get a little bit of body work done. So now it is time for this next meal. And I told you guys, I kind of cheat the system a little bit. I eat a lot of raw veggies. So I have some sugar snap peas. And I mean, when I buy them from Sprouts, I literally just eat them out of the bag. Again, something that I also picked up when I'm traveling. So again, I don't put a whole lot of extra energy into, oh, I gotta have. I try to figure out what's gonna be easiest for me to stick to the plan. So I've got my salmon ready to go. I'm gonna heat it up in the microwave, get it a little extra crispy. And I also brought my favorite rice. So this particular rice is jasmine rice, and this was what was in the bag earlier. I actually needed some more, so I just went ahead and Instacarted some more. So I'm gonna take the bag and steam it for 3 minutes, and then ready to eat. So I'm gonna do that now and heat up the fish, and I will be right back. All right, peeps, we are finally wrapped up with the day and at the last meal. Woof. So the last meal of the day is pretty simple. It just consists of egg whites and more rice. I actually am a huge fan. I wasn't always a fan of rice, but the more I've gotten into adjusting. Let's call it that. I found a rice that I like. I mean, not that I don't like all jasmine rice, but I found a particular brand that I prefer. And again, I think I got into doing some of this because when I travel so much, it just is what it is. So this is the brand. And I typically get it from, if you're in Michigan or like in that Midwestern / going towards the Eastern seaboard, I get it from either Fresh Time or Meyer. When I am out west or south, I will get it from Sprouts. So, yeah, I mean, Sprouts is my jam. If I can't find it at Sprouts, there's Natural Grocers. They usually have it. And, yeah, those are like the two places. But, again, it's easy rice. They come in 10-ounce packs. I am just going to plop it on a paper plate. Heat for 3 minutes. And I have a rice cooker, so it's not like I don't have the ability to do. But then I'm like, you know what? Why not get my favorite rice? If I'm in prep, I'm going to get my favorite rice. All right, so I have the egg whites coming in next. I usually keep it simple with the egg whites. I don't make it fussy at all. So I'm going to cook this up. Got a little bit of avocado spray. Normally by the time I get to about 8 or 7 weeks out, I will cut the cooking sprays, but not quite there yet. So yeah, I've got a little bit of this, and I get it in a big thing from Costco, and it comes in a double pack, so it's easy. No particular reason why I cut the spray other than I just want more control over what fats go in. So Coach is very clear about, me having like olive oil, and I still have my fish oil that I use for my dressing. So I just try to keep in mind, and then I still have the salmon. So yes, I know that there's fish oil and salmon, but again, I know that if there's somewhere that I probably could cut, and I buy really good cookware, then I will just go ahead and cut it. And then that way, again, Coach can be, even though I only use like 2 sprays, we can just still, I don't have to have it. I'm having it now because I can have it now. But other than that, no big deal. All right, I am going to cook this up. Oh, I can't wait for that rice. I'm like, really, really want the rice. I love high carb days, like glorious. All right, guys, so the meal is ready. I've got freshly prepared egg whites and rice. So also having a little bit of tea. Get things ready for tomorrow. And then wash, rinse, repeat. All right, well, there you have it. If you guys are already following and are subscribed, feel free to comment below and let me know, what do you want to see next? Like, what's the next video? Because, I'm really doing it to make sure that I engage with you guys. Outside of bodybuilding, when I'm off stage, I can be a little shy. But one thing that the great Jay Cutler told me when I first won the Miss Olympia back in 2020, he said, don't be one of those people who goes and disappears and then pops back out like when it's showtime. So, but yeah, I'm getting a little more comfortable with being in front of the camera. But yeah, what do you guys want to see? What kind of content would you like to see me create? So there you go. All right, guys, I'm hungry. Time to eat, and I'm going to bed. See you in the next one.